Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on the screen. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on the screen. Those are attending in online. Guys, please confirm to me. All of you are getting my voice on screen. Those are attending in online. Right, sir. And check it what we completed there in the last session. I think so. In the last class, just I started prerequisite part. In the prerequisite part, what we completed there, the concept like which one, what we started there. Static keyword we started there in the last session. Static keywords we started. In the static keyword, we have started already like static variables part we started there. Anyway, then before coming for all these points now, before come for this, what next one here? What is the next content here? We have to understand it clearly. Right, sir. What next one here we have to understand it now. First one is just one time I want to revise what exactly the content here I'm going to discuss there. The content would be like which one? Prerequisite part is the first topic we are going to discuss. Then after that, after this prerequisite part, next one is static keywords. Inside this prerequisite part, static keyword, class dot for name and new instance method, IOSIMS basics, file input stream and file output stream. Next one is dynamic input approaches. Then after this dynamic input approaches there, next one is exception handling related concepts. Right, sir. Exception handling related concepts. All the things here we have to understand it there as a prerequisite part. As part of this prerequisite part here, we have to understand this content. That's okay, guys. Now, after completion of, right, we have to understand it clearly. Already we started like which was static keyword. Under the static keyword, number of things are existed there. But out of all these things, what we required exactly, static variables, static methods, and static blocks. These points here we required. I required exactly like which one? Static variables, static methods, and static blocks. This content here we required. Everybody has to understand this now. So static import is not required for our advanced Java immediately. Required in the future, then after that I will discuss about it clearly. Right. Just wait a minute of time. I will talk with you regarding this. All right, sir. Just wait a minute of time. Guys, please confirm to me. Now all of you are getting my voice on screen now. Please confirm to me, guys. Now are you getting my voice on screen now? Now please check it. Are you getting my voice on screen now? Right, sir. Those who are in YouTube, those who are in YouTube live, please confirm to me. Come on, guys. And those who are in YouTube live, now please confirm to me. Please check it. Getting voice in YouTube live. Getting voice in YouTube live. Please check it now. Yes, sir. Now check it now. Getting voice in YouTube live. Right, sir. Now please check it now. Check it now. Guys, getting voice. Getting voice in YouTube live. Please. Right, sir. Right. Right, sir. Just wait a minute of time. Right, sir. Guys, Okay. Right, sir. Now, guys, one more time, just please confirm to me, all of you know. All of you, please confirm to me. All of you get my voice and screen. Please, one time confirm to me so that I can start our session. Please confirm to me, guys. Yes, perfect. Right, sir. Right. Thank you for our updation, sir. Right, sir. Now, observe this clearly. Then once again, I'm starting our session. Now, try to understand it clearly. So, in advanced Java, then what we completed, that means what exactly the syllabus here we are going to be discussed there. First one is like which one? Prerequisite part. Then first topic would be prerequisite part. Then after that, JDBC, servlets, JSPs, JSTL, expression language, JSF basics, and a project. So these 8 topics is our syllabus, is our content. Right, sir. Now, then after that, in a prerequisite part, then what we want to discuss there. Already we started this prerequisite part. In a prerequisite part, mainly we are going to discuss static keyword, class dot for name method, and a new instance method. Sims basics. Then after that, file input stream and file output stream, dynamic input approaches, buffered reader, scanner, console, exception handling related concepts, throws keyword, and a try catch finally. These are the topics here we are able to get clearly. Right, sir. We are able to understand these topics exactly. Right, so then where out of all these things now, already we started, which content we already started there now. We can observe this static keyword already started. Inside this static keyword, static variable I started. Right, so let's understand this now. Static is a Java keyword. It able to improve shareability in a Java applications. This is mainly the point here. Next one is, after this, in how many ways we are able to utilize static keyword in a Java? Overall in 4 ways, but here we required only 3 ways. Static variables, static methods, and what next one? Static blocks. Static variables, static methods, and what next one? No, static blocks. Look carefully. If you observe this point now, static variables part, if you observe this, static variable is a Java variable. It will be recognized and initialized at the time of loading the respective class bytecode to the memory. Memory is which one? Method area. Next one is, in Java applications, we are able to access static variable. In Java applications, we are able to access static variable either by using reference variables of the respective class or by using the respective class name directly. So one point I have given, in a Java applications, it is suggestible to use class name to access static variable. That's okay, fine. Next, one more point I've given there. Static variables must be declared at a class level only. Static variables never be declared as local variables. If I declare any static variable inside a method as a local variable, then compiler will raise an error. That's the point what I'm telling you. Next one is, after completion of this, in Java, all static variables data will be stored in a method area. In Java, all static variables data will be stored in a method area. Right, sir. Good. All of you have to this clearly. No? The next one is like which one? Then after that, after completion of this particular content here, then we need to understand a few more points. Try to observe this clearly. Next one. See, observe this clearly. No? Just 1 or 2 points here I want to show about the static variables in our content. Now try to observe this clearly. And later on I will show sir how to utilize, how to install this Eclipse ID and all these things I will show later on. But try to understand it clearly. That's I want to use. Time being I want to use like which one? And this content here. Edit plus I want to use just 1 or 2 days of time. Then after that I will go for Eclipse ID. I will show that point clearly. But timing just we can understand like which one? Edit plus. Just now try to recognize this. What I'm telling to you now. All of you have to this clearly. I want to take a simple Java file. Now inside this Java file, Right, sir. Inside this, what I will do now, class A, for example, I want to take this class A. Class A, I want to take now. Next one is, after that, inside this class A, I will take like which one? One variable. Which variable can I want to take now? The static variable. Static int I is equal to 10. Okay, fine. This is one variable. Static int I is equal to 10. Into j is equal to 20 also I want to take now. Come on, guys. Now tell me, what is the difference between this I variable and j variable? Now tell me, what is the difference between I variable and j variable, guys? What is the difference between I variable and j variable? Please tell me now. I variable and j variable. Please tell me now. Right? Yes, we understood clearly. I variable is declared with the static and j variable is not declared with the static. Observe this clearly. Both are at a class level variables or not. Both are at a class level variables. Both are at a class level variables. That's okay, good. Both are at a class level, but I variable is static variable and j variable is a instance variable. J variable is which one? Instance variable. Right, sir. Good. J variable is in which one? Instance variable. That's very clear. All right, sir. Now I will take this class test. I will take this class test. Inside this class test, I will go for public static void main string array args. Public static void main string array args. Good. Next one is inside this main method. What I will do, I want to access that I variable and a j variable. I want to access. I want to access I variable and a j variable. Please remember this point now. What I'm going to do there inside this one, if you want to access members of any particular class, if you want to access members of any particular class, in general, if you want to access members of any particular class, in general, what we are doing, sir, in general, our thought is which one? We have to create an object for the respective class. If we want to access members of a particular class, in general, our thought should be which one, just we have to create object for the respective class. Now, I'm creating object for the respective class. A small a is equal to new a class constructor. A small a is equal to new a class constructor. Okay, coach. I created object. All of it, listen carefully. What I'm telling you. When I create object, no, then I want to access that members. How am I able to access these members? No, system.out println of a dot job. Observe carefully. A dot I am able to provide. That means I variable is a static variable. Still I call that is by using reference variable that we can do that. Next one is system.out.println of a dot j that I'm able to use. Come on, guys. Now tell me, do you have any problem up to this point now? Up to this point, do you have any problem here? Up to this, do you have any problem? All of you are getting clarity on this point now? Right, sir. No issues. Just we access the A class members I and J by creating object. When we create object, reference variable is generated. By using reference variable, we accessed I variable and J variable. Up to this, very common. Good, no problem here. Come for this now. What is the specialty of the static keyword I'm talking now? Please recognize this point. Now this time, answer for it. Now I want to execute this program up to this. Now try to recognize this point. Let me save this D drive. And inside this D drive, ADV 73PM, I provided this. Then where I want to save with the tester.java. Okay, if fail is saved with the tester.java. Let me open my command prompt and D drive. Inside this D drive, CD Java, not Java, ADV Java, ADV Java, ADV 730PM. Yes, 30. Now here, our Java file is available. Java C space tester.java. Let me compile this one. Java C space tester.java. So here we are not going to get any compilation error. Here we are not going to get any compilation error. Right, so all of you observe this clearly now. Here we are not getting any compilation error. Observe this clearly, what I'm telling you. Next one is I want to run this program Java space test. Then what exactly the output here we are getting there? That output here we are able to get 10 and 20 output here we are getting. All of you observe this clearly, no? 10 and 20 output here we are getting. Good. Next one is like which one? After completion of this particular thing, all of you observe this clearly, no? Now my next thing is like which one? Right. All of you observe this clearly. One more point now. Up to this is okay, fine. Now up to this clearly, system dot out dot println of capital A dot I. Is it possible or not? Capital A dot I. Is it possible or not? Right, sir. To execute our program, I'm using like which one, just edit plus, not any other one. Just edit plus. One or two classes I will use which one? Edit plus. Later on, I will go for like which one here. After completion of this, I'll go for Eclipse ID. Just in 1 or 2 days of sessions, I will go for Eclipse ID. But try to understand it now. Static int I is equal to 10 into j is equal to 20 I have taken. I created object and I accessed these two variables by using difference variable. Now I'm asking there, is it possible to access I variable by using class name or not? Is it possible to access I variable by using class name or not? Please answer for my question now, guys. Is it possible to access I variable by using class name or not? Is it possible to access I variable by using class name or not? Okay, fine. Let's check this one. As I said you one point there, we can access that static variables by using either by using reference variables of the respective class or by using the respective class name directly. As we said that like this, now we can understand it clearly. As per this point now, I variable is a static variable. I'm trying to access that I variable by using class name. So is it possible to access that I variable by using class name? Right, now that I want to check it now, try to observe this. Now, Java C space tester.java. Java C space tester.java. Just we compiled successfully. Java space tester. Now we are executing our program. When we provide this Java space tester, here we are getting output 10 or not. Third output here we have to understand. So 10 is an output here we are getting. So we can access a static variable by using class name. That's okay, good. Now tell me guys, I'm asking one more question now. System.out.println of system.out.println of capital A dot J. Is it possible or not? Tell me, sir. System.out.println of capital A dot J. Is it possible or not? Please respond for me. J variable is a non-static variable. J variable is a non-static variable. When it is non-static variable, is it possible to access that non-static variable by using class name? Possible or not possible? Definitely, it is not possible. Definitely, it is not possible. Right? Perfect answer. All of you are giving right answers, no? So definitely, it is not possible. It is not possible to access J variable by using which one now? Class name. Right? Now, let me check this. What it is going to be happen now? I want to check this one. Java C space tester.java. Right, sir. Here we are getting an error. What is that error here we are getting, sir? All of you observe this clearly. What exactly the error here we are getting there? Now tell me no. Non-static variable J cannot be referenced from a static context. Non-static variable J cannot be referenced from a static context. So here we are getting output like which one? System.out.println of A dot J. Now here we are getting error here. So it is not possible. So one point is very clear. Instance variables we are able to access by creating object and by using reference variable. And but static variables we are accessing by using like which one? A reference variable and as well as like which one? No, class name. By using reference variable and as well as like which one? Class name. We are able to access static variable and reference variable. That means instance variables. If you want to access that, we have to use only reference variable. We are unable to use which one? Class name. So here we are getting an error. So here we are getting an error. All of you observe carefully this point now. Good, sir. Good, good. So finally here, what is the point I'm telling to you? System.out.println of A dot Java. System.out.println of A dot Java. Error we are getting it. Leave this one. And one more important point here I'm getting, sir. Now observe this clearly now. One more important point here I'm getting to you. Now try to observe this clearly. What is that important point here? Leave this one. All of you leave this one. Very, very important point. Please put more concentration. All of you know. I variable is which variable? Now tell me. I variable is which variable? Now tell me. Static variable or not? Please, all of you respond for me now. I variable is which variable? Now tell me. I variable is which one? Static variable. I variable is a static variable. That's very clear. J variable is which variable? Now tell me. J variable is which variable? Come on, guys. I'm asking to you now. J variable is which variable? Instance variable. J variable is which one? Instance variable. Or else non-static variable. Both are same. Good. That's fine. Right, sir. Listen carefully. In the same way, we have to give answer for it. When we create an object, a small a is equal to new a. When we create an object for class A, internally memory will be created. At object internally memory is created or not? All of you have to carefully. One important point I'm telling to you. One internal flow also I'm going to be specified to you. Whenever I'm creating object, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute wait. I will show some diagrammatically. Right, sir. So a small a is equal to new a. When we provide this, a small a is equal to new a when we provide this. Yes, the rough implementation I'm telling here, object is created here. For this object, this is a class object. Of course, now a class object it was created. For this a class object, reference value is created or not? Internally, hash code value is created. Hash code value is converted to reference value. Reference value is created or not? Say, for example, ABC123 is a reference value for this object. That reference value will be stored in a variable. That reference value will be stored in a variable. That variable is which one? A variable. A variable is existed here. We can observe this clearly. This is a variable. Now, this a variable is able to store like which value? No, reference value of the object. This is a reference value of the object here we are getting. Guys, up to this, all of you are getting it now. This value is called as which one? Can know reference value. This value is which one? There reference value. And this variable is which one? There no reference variable. All of you are getting my point, guys. All of you know, please confirm to me. Reference value and reference variable. All of you are getting clarity on this point now. ABC123 is a reference value. That value is stored in a variable. That variable is called as which one? Reference variable. Is it clear or not? Okay, fine. So what is the point I'm telling to you? Object is a block of memory. A variable is not object. Please remember this. A is not object. Object is a block of memory that is created when we execute this right side part. A variable is a reference variable which stores a reference value of the object. Everybody has to understand this clearly. What is the point I'm telling you now? All right, sir. Good. Now, listen carefully. All of you know. One conclusion. For example, I provided a small a is equal to null. Listen, all of you know. A small a is equal to null. I provided. A small a is equal to null. I provided. A variable value is which one? Null only. No object is created. Just null. Listen carefully. System.out.println of a dot I. If I call now, a dot I. If I call now, can you tell me what exactly the status here we are able to get from this program? Will you get any compilation error? Will you get any compilation error in this program? Will you get any compilation error? Please check and give answer now. So we will not get any compilation error. I'm sure about it. We are not going to get any compilation error. Why? Because compiler will check I is the member of class A or not. Yes, I is a member of class A so that we can access it. Moreover, static variable, we can access it by using reference variable. So we will not get any compilation error. Okay, now let me compile this now. Java C space test.java. We compile this program. So we are not getting any compilation error. Right, so now here we are not getting any compilation error. No compilation error. That's fine. Good, sir. Good. Now tell me, A value is a null value. Am I right or not? A value is a null value on a null reference variable. On a null reference variable, we are accessing I variable. On a null reference variable, we are accessing I variable. Tell me, is there any chance to get a run? Is there any chance to get a null pointer exception? Is there any chance to get null pointer exception? On null reference variable, we are calling I variable. Then is there any chance to get a null pointer exception? Is there any chance to get null pointer exception? That's the question I'm asking now. Okay, fine. If you're thinking about this, just I will give example for it. I will execute it. Already compiled this program, no error we got, that's fine. Java C space test.java compiled successfully, and Java space test I'm providing here. After this clearly, what we are getting, sir, now tell me now. When I execute this program, Java space test, when I execute this program, what we are getting, sir, now tell me. Are getting any null pointer exception? Are getting any null pointer exception, or simply we are getting 10 as an output? Simply 10 is an output or null pointer exception? That's the question now. Okay, now here we are getting 10 is an output, we are getting it or not? So here we are not getting null point exception. Now we are getting like which one? 10 is an output. Because here itself we have to put more answer, more very good answer. That means we have to put more consolation. Okay, fine now. I'll give clarity on it. 10 is an output. Here we are getting no null pointer exception. Okay, fine now. Tell me, once again I'm asking there. I variable is which variables are? I variable is a static variable or non-static variable? I variable is which variable, sir? I variable is a static variable or non-static variable? I variable is a static variable or non-static variable? Static variable. Right. In the case of the static variables, when we access our static variable by using a reference variable contains null value, we are not getting any null pointer exception. Okay, fine now. Now listen carefully. System.out.println of A dot J I provided. System.out.println of A dot J. System.out.println of A dot J. Right, sir. Now tell me, A dot J I provided. J variable is which variable, sir? J variable is which variable? Please confirm to me. Instance variable, non-static variable, instance variable. That's fine. We are calling this instance variable by using a reference variable which contains null value. We are calling instance variable by using a reference variable which contains null value. Now tell me, what is the status of this one? Will you get any error, compilation error? First of all, confirm to me. Will you get any compilation error? Come on, guys. I'm asking to you only. Will you get any compilation error? Compilation error, no compilation error. First of all, I'm checking that. Compiler responsibility is always now. In this context is which one? Just it is checking J is a member of the class A or not. If J is not the member of class A, definitely we are able to get compilation error. But now J is a member of the class A or not? Right. Definitely J is a member of the class A. Now tell me, will you get any compilation error now? Once it is a member of class A, will you get any compilation error? Java C space test.java. Check it now. Will you get any compilation error? No compilation error. That we have seen that. No compilation error. At the same time, I'm asking this question there. At the same time, I'm asking this question. Will you get any exception? Will you get any exception now? Will you get any null pointer exception? I'm giving clue also. Will you get any null pointer exception? Will you get any null pointer exception? Right. Now let me click on enter button. Let me run this one. We are able to get some results. So now we are getting null pointer exception. Exception, that means java.lang dot null pointer exception here we are getting. Now we are getting null pointer exception. Right, sir? Of course, it's one of the runtime exception. That's okay, good. But null pointer exception, more specifically, null pointer exception here we are getting. Right, sir. But now we have to answer for this question now. I'm asking this question to all of you. In this particular situation, I'm asking this question to all of you guys. What about my question now? Tell me exactly, with respect to the accessibility of this point. Now tell me, what is the difference between static variable and instance variable in this particular context? In this particular context, what is the difference between static variable and instance variable? No, right? Of course, I can use that close keyword, or I can use like that finally to handle this exception. I'm not thinking about handling that exception. So I'm thinking about it. What exactly the difference between instance variable and what next one? No, or like instance variable and static variable. The difference here I want to get it clearly. Right, sir. So now the difference here, if you observe this clearly in between these two, now the point is like what I'm telling to you. What I'm telling you the point now. Listen carefully. Java.lang. Null pointer exception is not applicable for static variables. Java.lang.null pointer exception is not applicable for static variables, but it is applicable for which variables? They know instance variables. But it is applicable for which one? No, instance variables. Everybody has to understand this clearly. No? So Java.lang.null pointer exception is not applicable for static variables, but it is applicable for which one? They know instance variables. Right, sir. This is the point here. Why? What is the reason again? What is the reason for it again? Yesterday I given one diagram. In the diagram I shown clearly what I shown there in the last class. Yesterday I shown clearly one diagram there. ADV Java 7:3 p.m. Variables what I shown, sir. Variables what I shown in the last class now. Can you tell me what exactly that variables part here I shown there in the last class now? Now tell me, sir, where static variables are stored and where instance variables are stored. Now tell me. Right, sir. Where static variables are stored, where instance variables are stored. Now this up to this clearly no. Static variables are stored in which memory? Now tell me, static variables are stored in which memory? In a method area. Static variables are stored in which memory? In a method area. Up to this clearly now. But instance variables are stored in which memory? No, heap memory. That means in the form of objects, heap memory. Now tell me, static variables are stored inside the object or in outside of the object? Static variables are stored inside the object or outside of the object? Please confirm to me what I'm telling you. Static variables are stored inside the object or outside of the object? Right, sir. When a static variables are stored in outside of the object, it is nowhere related with it is not related with like which one object and its reference values. Am I right or not? Once the static variables are stored in outside of the object, then what is the requirement to think about for static variable? What is the requirement to think about object reference values there or not? What is the requirement for static variable? No. Why you are thinking about it? Static variables doesn't. Why you are thinking about this point? No. The whether object reference value is there or value is null, that doesn't matter for static variable. Static variable is available in totally outside of the object. So it doesn't matter for the static variable whether object reference value is available or not. Simply if you access that variable by using reference variable or class name, automatically that variable value will be displayed. Automatically that variable value will be displayed. So that is the reason why null pointer exception is not at all applicable for static members. Null pointer exception is applicable for only instance variables. Right, sir. That is the point here. What I'm telling to you, just we can observe this clearly. Here's this point here. Now, next other point here. Now tell me, guys, I'm asking this question to all of you. Now, all of you observe this clearly. No? Static variable is a Java variable. It will be recognized and initialized at the time of loading respective class bytecode to the memory. Guys, observe this clearly. Now, what is the point I'm telling you? Know, static variable is a Java variable. It will be recognized and initialized at the time of loading the respective class bytecode to the memory. I will show this point. I want to show this point. Static variables are recognized and initialized at the time of loading the respective class bytecode. That is before creating object. Before creating object. All right, guys. I'm asking one question to all of you. Now try to understand this point. All of you have to this clearly. Step by step, we are going to understand. Slowly, we can understand it now. Don't hurry for it. Point by point, I want to discuss with you now. Now, as of now, what we understood there, how to access static variable, we understood. That's okay, good. Leave this one. Right, so now, listen carefully. Class A, I have taken. Inside this class A, now tell me, guys, all of you now tell me, what is this actually? What is this? Please confirm to me. What is this? In a class A, what is this now? Tell me. Yes, everybody has to give answer for it. Constructor. Am I right or not? Constructor. This is like which one? No, constructor. Everybody has to answer for this. Right, sir. In class A, constructor. This is constructor. Good. Right, that's fine. Tell me at what time it will be executed? At what time this constructor will be executed? I'm waiting for your response. At what time this constructor will be executed? Yeah, anyway. At the time of creating object only. At the time of creating object only, constructor will be executed. Am I right or not? At the time of creating object only, constructor will be executed. Listen carefully. A small a is equal to new a. A small a is equal to new a. All of you have to this clear now. A small a is equal to new a. Now, along with the new keyword, here constructor call is identified. Along with the new keyword, constructor call is identified as part of object creation statement. Along with the new keyword, constructor call is identified, so that constructor will be executed. Right. So now this clearly. So if I run this program, Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space test, we are able to get output. That means I have not written anything there inside this. Now just what I want to write now, and system.out.println of acon. I want to write this. Acon. I want to write this. Now all of you have to this clearly. Acon. System.out.println of acon. Now let me compile this one. Java C space test.java compiled successfully. Java space tester. Here we are getting output like which one? Acon or not? Here we are getting output acon. Right, sir. How we are getting output acon like this now? How we are getting output like this now? Why? Because while creating object for the respective class. While creating object for the respective class, along with new keyword, we call this constructor. So that constructor is executed. It's not output middle of acon. Please remember one more point, one internal point I'm telling you. Already I discussed about this point to you. Previously I had already discussion about this point there. But try to observe this clearly. Say for example, 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. I want to show that point also there perfectly. Right now, all of you, 1 minute, observe this clearly. Objective creation statement, flow of execution. Already might be at 6 o'clock. I have discussed it, sir. Just for new members also, I'm telling that don't think much about it. This is core Java topic. Just for our clarity purpose, I'm telling one point. No, try to observe this clearly. In this overall flow of execution, now tell me, whenever we are executing this object creation statement, a small a is equal to new a constructor. When we execute this object creation statement, tell me first of all, bytecode is loaded to the memory. A class bytecode is loaded to the memory. After that, only constructor is executed for initialization purpose. Right, sir. All of you observe this clear now. First of all, what it will happen there? No, first a bytecode will be loaded. After loading that bytecode only, constructor will be executed for initialization. So now anyway, one point I'm telling to you. Just my required point is which one? My required point is which one? All of you observe carefully. My required point is a small a is equal to new a. I provided this. A small a is equal to new a. Okay, fine. In these two actions are performed. One is like which one? Class loading. Second one is like which one? Constructor execution. Constructor execution. Class loading and constructor execution in the sense initialization. Object initialization. That means like which one? Object initialization. Tell me guys, class loading and object initialization both are performed there. Tell me which one will be performed first now? Which one will be performed there? Now tell me first which one will be performed first? Is it class loading first or object initialization is first? Class loading is first or object initialization first? Right. Everybody has to answer like which one? Class loading is first. Class loading is first. After that only object initialization is going on. That we know already. All right, sir. Now, then as per that I'm telling to you, now try to observe this clearly. Now, for example, here what I'm telling to you, static int I is equal to 10. Static int I is equal to 10. System.out.println of acon. Now tell me, sir, when we create an object, which one will be performed first? Static variable is recognized and initialization is performed first, or constructor execution is first? Which one is performed first? Static variable initialization is first, or constructor execution is first? Come on, guys. Everybody has to give answer for my question. Static variable initialization is first or constructor execution is first? Definitely. Right, sir. Definitely static variable initialization, static variable declaration and initialization is first. Right, sir. Why? Because static variables are recognized and initialized at what time? Class loading time. But constructor is executed at what time? Object creation time now. So at a load time, static variables are recognized and initialized, but constructors are executed at what time? Object creation time now. Right. So now all of you observe this clearly. What is the point I'm telling you? This here I want to write like which one? Object creation. I want to write this point now. Now here, instead of this 10, what I will do now, I want to call some M1 method. I will define the static M1 method, static int M1 method. Inside the static int M1 method, I will display like which one? Not output println of, just do one thing, not like this. Just I want to write like which one? A. We have to give answer for my question, no? Now this is like which one? M1A. Then here we written like which one? Some 10 value. All of you observe carefully. Along with I variable, I called M1 method. That means when I variable is recognized and initialized, automatically M1 method will be executed. As part of this M1A output, we have to get. Whenever object is created, constructor has to be executed, and output would be like which one? A is an output. Here we are getting. Now, all of you guys, observe this clearly. If I run this program, what exactly that output we are able to get? Now tell me guys. If I run this program, what exactly that output I'm able to get? Now tell me guys, all of you know. Everybody has to give total output in a single chart. Don't give in multiple charts. No, total output in a single chart. Everybody has to give output in a single chart. Perfect. As per your awareness, really, hats off to all of you. All of you are giving right output. What is that right output, sir? Now tell me now. What is that right output? Output would be like which one? Tell me guys. Output would be A con and M1A. Can I say output is A con and M1A? Can I say output is A con and M1A? Waiting for your response. A con and M1A. Can I say output like this? A con and M1A? No. Then what is that output? M1A A con. M1A A con. Why sir? How can you say M1A and A con is an output? How can you say M1A and A con is an output? Now tell me. M1 and A con is an output. How? Now tell me no. Right. I will give clarity to you. Now try to understand it. And well, let me execute this first. After that, I will give explanation for it. Right, so now after this clearly Java C space tester.java compiled successfully. Java space test. Output is like which one? Which output here we are getting there now? M1A and what next one? Acon is an output here we are getting. Right, all of you observe this clearly now. So the point is like which one? Why we are getting this output from this here we have to understand clearly. When JVM executes this intersection, when JVM encounter this intersection, right, sir? When JVM encounter this intersection, A small a is equal to new a constructor. Understand? All of you understand this. When JVM encounter this intersection, first JVM has to load A class bytecode to the memory. First JVM has to load A class bytecode to the memory. Listen carefully. JVM will load A class bytecode to the memory. At the time of loading A class bytecode to the memory, if you have any static variable, the static variable will be recognized and initialized. Initialized in the sense right side part will be evaluated. At the time of loading A class bytecode to the memory, first JVM will recognize static variable and initialize static variable. Initializing static variable in the sense evaluating right side part or not. Come on guys, initializing static variable, initializing I variable in the sense evaluating the M1 method or not. Evaluating the right side method or not. All of you have to this point clearly now. Evaluating M1 method. So M1 method call is identified. At the time of loading itself, that M1 method will be executed. By executing this M1 method, here we are getting output like which one? M1A. M1A is an output we are getting. Then after return 10, the 10 value will be assigned to which variable? No, I variable. 10 value will be assigned to I variable. I'm not displaying I variable value. No way. I'm not at all displaying I variable value. My requirement is which one? Here it returns 10 value. the 10 value will be assigned to which variable there? No, I variable. The 10 value will be assigned to like which variable? No, I variable. Please understand this point clearly. No? Whenever we are displaying the 10 value to I variable, then what is the next point? So now here we have to understand now the 10 value is displayed to, that means assigned to this I variable that we are not displaying anyway. That's the point here what I'm telling you now. Up to this point clearly. Good. After completion of this, bytecode is loaded. A class bytecode is loaded. As part of the type variable is recognized and initialized. Then after that, now JVM is creating an object. While creating object, constructor will be executed. As part of executing this constructor, we are getting output like which one? Acon is an output here we are getting. So whenever JVM is executing this one, first JVM is loading A class bytecode to the memory. At the time of loading A class bytecode to the memory, static variable is recognized and initialized. As part of initialization part, M1 method call is identified. M1 method will be executed. As part of that, we are getting output like which one? M1A. Whenever we are getting output like M1A, return 10 value is coming. The 10 value will be assigned to the variable I. Then after that, bytecode is loaded completely. After that, JVM is creating object. While creating object, JVM is calling which one? Constructor. It is calling constructor. By calling this constructor, system.out.println of Acon output here we are getting. So finally here we are getting output like which one? Acon is an output here we are getting. Next output. That means total output is which one? M1A. Now next one is like which one? Acon. M1A and Acon. That's it. M1 method must be static method. Why? Because it we are assigning to static variable or not. So along with the static variable, the M1 method must be executed. When static variable is initialized, M1 method must be executed. So M1 method must be static. M1 method must not be non-static. If it is non-static, we will get error. I'm sure about it. If it is non-static, we are able to get error. Compilation error here we are able to get. So M1 method must be static. So here in this context, why I'm taking M1 method, I want to display something while initialization of the static variable. That's it. I want to show practical proof for you. Before executing, before creating an object only, at the time of loading class bytecode only, static variable is recognized and initialized. I want to show that point. That's why I want to display something while initialization of the static variable. So to display something while initialization of the static variable, I have taken which one? Static method. I don't have any other alternative. So that's why I have taken like which one? Static method. As part of the static method, display something and I return the required 10 value to I variable. So because of that reason only, I have taken like which one here now? That is static method, and I assign the static method call to which one? Static variable. Is it clear to all of you? Right, sir. Is that point is clear to all of you? No response, guys. No response, guys. Right, sir. Then somewhat depth I'm providing here, but we have to understand it clearly. Right, sir. Even see, this much of depth is also not required for advanced Java. But anyway, then we are discussing about this concept. That's why I'm telling these points to clearly. Right, sir. Up to now, null pointer exception and accessibility of the static variable we understood. Another point is like which one here no, and static variables and its recognition point here we understood clearly. No? Right, sir. Good. After that, after completion of this, now come for this point, sir. What is this next point here? Now tell me no. In Java applications, we are able to access static variable either by that point I shown there. Next point here, what I shown, sir. Now tell me no. Static variables must be declared at the class level only. Static variables never be declared as local variable. If you declare any static variable inside a method as a local variable, then compiler will raise an error. Am I right or not? Now I'm asking, I want to check this point also then. I want to check this point also. Now try to observe this clearly. All of you know. Right, sir. Now here I've taken class A. All of you listen carefully. Class A here I've taken. Inside this class A, void M1 method here I've taken, sir. Simple method I've taken. Inside this M1 method, just I want to specify like which one. System.out.println of M1A. M1A I've taken. Void M1 method and system.out.println of M1A. Class test public static void main string array args. Inside this A small a is equal to new A. Now just I'm using a.m1 method. All of you have to this clear. A.m1 method. I called it. This is my normal program. Come on, guys. Now tell me if I run this program, what will be the output now? What is the output from this program? Now confirm to me. What is the output from this program? Tell me, guys. All of you answer for my question. What is the output now? Right, sir. Output for this program is simply just what I have done, sir. Nothing. Just I have given like which one? Java C space test.java. Java C space test.java. Just we compared successfully. Java space test. Here output we are getting M1A is an output here we are getting. Please recognize this point here. M1A is an output here we are getting it. Right, sir. Then after that, after this clearly, after this, I'm giving clarity on this point now. All of you understand it now. Say for example, int I is equal to 10, sir. Now which variable it is now? Tell me. Which variable it is now? Tell me, guys. Int I is equal to 10. Which variable it is now? Tell me. Don't say any sense variable blindly. Don't say any sense variable blindly. Which variable it is now? Think and give answer now. Where I declared the I variable. Have I declared the I variable outside of the M1 method? Where I declared this I variable. Have I declared that I variable in outside of M1 method? Where I declared that I variable I declared inside the M1 method or not? I declared I variable inside this M1 method or not? Right, sir. I declared I variable inside this M1 method. So which variable it is now? Local variable or in sense local variable or class level variable? Local variable or class level variable? Yes, definitely. It is local variable. It is a local variable. Right, so now let me compile this. Local variable in essence normal variable as a local variable possible or not? Just let me check this one. Java C space test.java. Here we are getting like which one? No compilation error. Output as usual. Here we are able to get this output. Now all of you up to this point clearly. All of you up to this point clearly. If I provide a static keyword here. If I provide static keyword here now. All of you up to this clear now. If I provide static keyword here now. Right, sir. Now, all of you observe this clearly. Here, what is the point I'm telling you? Static int I is equal to 10 I declared. Not tell me, is it possible or not? Please. Static int I is equal to 10. Possible or not possible? Not possible. Not possible. Not possible. Why, guys? Why it is not possible? Now tell me. Why it is not possible? Now tell me. Why it is not possible, guys? Now tell me. Right, sir. Because it's a local variable. Local variables never be declared as local variable. Sorry. Because it's a static variable. Static variables never be declared as which one? Local variable. Now let me compile this one. Let me compile this one. Possible or not? Yes, I want to check it now. Java C space tester.java. Error we are getting. What is the error here we are getting now? Check it now. Illegal start of expression. Illegal start of expression. Static int I is equal to 10 now. Illegal start of expression. Static int I is equal to 10. So, what is the reason for it? What is the reason for it? Why static variables are not declared as a local variable? Simple, very simple analysis. Just is a just minimum common sense for us. We have to understand this point. It is a minimum common sense point. Why static variable is not possible as local variable? Now tell me, guys. All of you now tell me, no. All of you now tell me. What is the purpose of static keyword, sir? What is the purpose of static keyword? Now tell me. What is the purpose of static keyword? Tell me, first of all, answer for my question. What is the main intention of static keyword? To improve shareability. Just see, at least see the desktop now what I shown there. To improve which one? Shareability. To improve which one? Shareability. Shareability purpose only we are using like which one? Static keyword. So static keyword is providing more shareability or not? Static keyword is providing more shareability or not? Static keyword is providing which one? More shareability. Okay, fine, good. That's the point. Static keyword is providing more shareability. Now tell me, sir. Now tell me, if I declare a variable as a local variable, forget about the static keyword, no? If I declare a variable as a local variable, now tell me local variable scope is up to M1 method or not? Local variable scope is up to M1 method or not? Tell me, guys. If I declare a local variable inside M1 method, local variable scope is up to M1 method or not? It is not visible in outside of the M1 method. Am I right or not? Okay, fine. Local variable scope is up to M1 method in the sense, what is the level of shareability for this I variable, for this local variable? that the shareability level of this local variable is low or high. Local variable shareability is low or high. Just say, you have to say either low or high. That's it. So local variable scope shareability is low or not. Lesser shareability or not. Local variable shareability is less or not. Okay, good. Now observe this clearly. Static keyword more shareability. Local variable lesser shareability. Static keyword more shareability, but static keyword more shareability. And what next one here apart from this? No, static keyword is more shareability, and local variable is which one there? No, lesser shareability. I'll have to this clearly. What I'm telling you now. So if we come for this particular point here, what happened there now? Observe this clearly. So both are opposite sides or not? Both are in opposite sides or not? Local variable is in lesser shareability, but static keyword is at more shareability. Then is it possible to put together both? Is it possible to put both together? Is it possible to put both together? Come on, guys. Now tell me, is it possible to put both together? Right. Everybody has to understand this. Is it possible to put both together? No, not possible. That's why static variables never be declared as which one? No, local variable. Static variables never be declared as which one? Local variable. That's it. Okay, guys. Now the time is almost all 8:30. Then I have some other sessions now. I will go for next session there, and just I will discuss the remaining content, the continuation of these points, and tomorrow just initially, gradually, slowly I will discuss there the next content. Then once again I will start which one main content here. Just within 3 to 4 days of time, 3 to 4 days of time we have to discuss about this prerequisite only. Once the 4 to 5 days of time prerequisite part is completed, then I will start which one like JDBC classes now. But we have to understand all these points clearly. And yes, sir, definitely I will share this document now. And already time is completed. And tomorrow I want to tomorrow also same link we can use there. And live is going on. Same link is going on. Now try to utilize this content and tomorrow also. So today I want to stop this session and tomorrow I want to go for our content here. Right, sir. One classroom I will create, sir. Definitely I will classroom I will create and I will share that classroom tomorrow. At the earlier stage, I will create a classroom. Then I will go for that content clearly. Right, sir. Right. That's okay, guys. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. And tomorrow I will clarify your doubts also. But I have one more class immediately. Right. And yes. Tomorrow I will ask. Tomorrow I will clarify all of your doubts. No need to worry for that. I have one more class immediately. Already getting late. And tomorrow I will clarify all of your doubts. If you are having any doubt, tomorrow I will clarify your doubts there. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. And please excuse for today. Then tomorrow I will put some time for you. Yeah, tomorrow I will explain that. Right, sir. Good. Definitely. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks for your cooperation. Thanks a lot. Thank you. Yeah, definitely. Thank you, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll meet on tomorrow.